always starting with complete surrender. The wisdom and the intelligence of the Supreme Parent. So that there's no margin for self-deception. Baba's presence being in the company, the communication, and the communion with the Supreme. Where I don't need words, I don't need thoughts. Just silently surrendering all that is ever known, learned, not learned. And be the clean slate. For Baba to impress upon me that which he feels is what I, the being, need to know who I am. As I, the soul, when my attention is on Baba, and his attention is on me, time stops. I'm not trying to do anything to make the time stop. But in Baba's vision, I, the being, see this eternal beauty of mine, which is not bound by time or by thoughts. Where there are no thoughts, there is no change. Just stillness and peace. Whatever the soul needs, God has it. And Baba is shining the light of his vision on my truth. And as I'm feeling it now, knowing it now, I know there is no end to my beauty. There's no beginning to my beauty as a being of light. It's endless, beginningless. And the being that I am come to know my value the way Baba knows it. From here, even the slightest fluctuation of the mind is seen from this place of silent stillness. With Baba. For Baba, it's so obvious that the being that I am has no body. Just a living light. Who has a very active, living relationship with him. A bodiless, living light. With Baba, it's seen very clearly because there's no thought to create a concept of time. That the light that I am the peace, the bliss within me, the soul. Can never change and has never changed and will never change. See it clearly. Don't try to understand it with your mind. Go beyond it. Just know it. Because to be with Baba and to know God, one has to go beyond the limited understanding of the mind. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Shanti. So today we will be studying the Murli from 22-11-72. Yeah? 22-11-72. So Baba is saying, child, do you continue to have visions of your final stage? So Baba is speaking to this being of light and asking this being of light that do you continue to have visions of your final stage? Child, the closer you come, the more you will experience it as a thought. It is almost in front of you. You will feel as though you are to be this just now. Just as those who are old have the feeling that they are now old and will soon be a child again. So too, my child, do you not only have the awareness of your final form, but do you have a clear vision of what you are at present and what you are to be? What does Baba mean by that? So do you not only have the awareness of your final form, but also have a clear vision? So now for the soul, Baba is saying that right now you're playing an angelic part. Soon you will be playing a deity part, right? So do you have the clear vision of your angelic part now? And soon you will be playing a deity part. Yeah? So have the clear vision of your angelic part, you the tiny star. This is who you are. Forget everything else. This is who you are. Yeah, the angelic being. So Baba is saying, in the beginning, you used to say that when you reach your destination, it will just be a question of taking one more step, that you have already placed one foot and that you have to place the other foot. That is all the difference there is. So do you experience your final stage to be as close? Do you see it clearly? That it is just now? Just as you can see your form very clearly in a mirror. In the same way, your final form should be just as clearly visible in the mirror of knowledge. Today also Baba said something about mirror of knowledge, right? I mean, your yesterday. So in the mirror of knowledge, I, the being, can see in the mirror of Baba's heart, which is the mirror of knowledge. Can you see your perfection? Can you see your beauty beyond time and beyond thoughts and beyond the body? Because where there is thoughts, there is time. Where there is time, there is thoughts. And somebody sent this one a small video clipping of Sister Jayanti. Very beautiful. I may share it sometime. But in that, very clearly, that soul behind Sister Jayanti is saying that to experience and to know God's peace and stillness, it cannot be an understanding. It cannot be a theoretical understanding. You have to go beyond it. Yeah. So we really need to go beyond our mind to know who we are and to know who God is. Yeah. And that we come to know with the eye of knowledge and yoga with Baba. With the eye of knowledge, we get to know the information. But when that knowledge is accepted as my truth, what it's pointing at is my truth, then yoga with Baba, really, knowledge and yoga go hand in hand, right? You can't separate the two. Then yoga with Baba helps me see with the eye of knowledge, with his eyes, with his vision, I get to see my truth separate from all that is not me, neti neti. Yeah, all the saints and sages used to say neti neti. Not this, not that. Right? So Baba is telling us that, have you known and seen your truth in the mirror of knowledge very clearly? Do you recognize your stillness? Do you know your stillness? Then you will be able to understand the fluctuations of the mind, even the slightest ones, without mixing with them. Yeah? Because the stillness of the soul means it's a thoughtless state. The fluctuations of the mind means there is constant thinking going. Right? Without thoughts, is time existing?
No.
So let's say, even just for a moment, let's say there are no thoughts for next 1 minute. We're not saying that we have to stop thinking. No, not at all. But we're just trying to understand that, does time exist if there were no thoughts?
We are totally blank.
Yeah, there is no time. There is no concept of change. There's no concept of thoughts. Now that soul that I am, which is complete stillness, thoughtlessness, silent being, now I can use the tools of thoughts to communicate with Baba. Now those thoughts are not time bound. Yeah? They're very clean, pure thoughts. Hmm? And that comes from a place of the silence of the soul and silence and stillness of the Father. So when a beautiful costume is in front of you and you are aware of that, that is what you will be wearing. As the time for wearing that costume comes close, your attention will be drawn to it because you can see the costume in front of you. Now, who is Baba speaking to about the costume? Hmm?
जो कुछ भी नहीं पहने हैं, एक
हाँ।
भी वस्त्र नहीं।
Naked soul, yes. जिसने कुछ भी नहीं पहना है, naked soul. Baba is speaking to the naked soul. The one who's beyond time, beyond thoughts. Now Baba is speaking to that one. Yeah? So are you the soul wearing any thoughts? Right now? No. Yeah? This is you. This being. Okay? So in the same way, can you see your final form in front of you? And is your attention drawn towards it? Call it the form of light or a costume, but you will only be able to see light. What is the form of angels? What is
Living light, living light, only light.
Yeah. And what light, Baba says light, what does it mean? What is the form of angels? That of light. So what does that mean? Light means what? Because we are wearing these bodies, right? We are wearing these gross bodies right now. True?
No thoughts.
No thought.
Weightless. That's light.
What else?
Without any feeling, no emotion. We are emotionless, thoughtless, imageless, pure naked, pure naked light, only light. Divine Paramdham.
Angelic being means the one who is wearing God's thoughts. Yeah? Costume of light means you're wearing the costume of Baba's thought. So Baba is saying, those who see them will feel the angels to be those who are wearing a costume of light. Why his thought is like a light costume? It has no grossness in it. His thought has no grossness. It's extremely subtle and very true, which applies to all the beings. Yeah? And his subtle thought is just like he's telling the soul, not even telling with words or anything, but it's just a vibration of his thoughts, which is allowing the soul to see his bodiless, thoughtless, egoless state, and knowing that I am a God-like being. Just that one thought pointing at the eternal self that I am. And then now he says, be my channel and do everything with me. Yeah? Be my channel and do everything with me. So those who see them will feel the angels to be those who are wearing a costume of light. Their crown is light, their costume is light, and their decoration is light. Wherever you look, you will only see light. Why? Because you, the soul, is experiencing yourself to be free from any identity with the gross mind, with the gross intellect, and with the gross sanskars. Right? You're experiencing yourself to be and knowing yourself to be that being of light, wearing a costume of the physical body, and Baba's thought. Yeah? You like to wear those clothings? The naked soul? Hmm?
Yes.
The old wardrobe we have given to Baba? Yeah? Okay. Because the old wardrobe is also always showing up, huh? It's not
Okay,
gone.
when we come
Sorry?
back again. When we give to Baba, it come back again.
That's okay. It will keep coming up, no? That's the nature of the old wardrobe. It's just hanging out there, sitting there. But when you have old clothing and new clothing, do you feel tempted to wear old tattered clothing?
No.
No. So you want to wear the nice clothing, right? Beautiful, clean clothing, tidy clothing, right?
What are the Baba's thought? How can we recognize that these are the Baba's thought and these are the mind's thought?
Mhm. That will come more and more you understand your subtle truth of who you are. Beyond any thinking of your mind, only then can I really see more I detach from these old ways of patterns of thinking. More I detach from that, ordinary thinking. Simple ordinary thinking that is constantly going on. True? Like we many a times have given example. Like you see someone or you're just sitting and talking to somebody, you're carrying a certain image in your mind about them and about their part. True? There's a certain image you carry, and then you project that image on them. Then, whatever they speak, you're seeing them through the image that you are carrying about them. Right? So, you're already wearing a lot of old clothing. You've not taken it off and discarded the old clothing. Yeah? You're wearing it. True? So Baba is saying, when you are communicating and combined with me, the image that your mind is carrying is not the lens that you're going to use to communicate them because you don't want. And the second thing that happens is also when we are communicating with others, there's a certain sense of expectation of wanting something from them. Very, very subtly. If you really, really check, it could be just, if nothing else, just wanting them to like me or approve of me or not think of me as rude or not think of me as not nice or something. Some subtle expectation will be there. Or listen to me or whatever I'm saying to do that. I mean, these subtle costumes are there. If you're not paying attention, you're just constantly communicating with others to try to prove something, if nothing else. You know? That is always sitting there. But more you're combined with Baba and you come into communication with others. You're not wearing any subtle costume. You're aware of them, and that is why you don't need to wear them. Yeah? And you can then communicate with the way Baba is seeing that naked soul and you, the naked soul. So now I'm using Baba's thought, no? Like the way Baba said, everybody will feel they belong to you. I love this particular aspect of Baba's knowledge, that everyone will feel they belong to you. So now whenever you meet anyone, like I ran into neighbors I'd met after a long time. I didn't ever run into them nowadays for some reason, drama. So they just met. Oh, we haven't seen you in such a long time. Where have you been? Now, I'm not just going to speak based on the thought that they have created. Now I wear that thought as my costume. And to be polite, I speak something. No. Then I'm wearing the costume of being polite as a person so that they don't feel that I didn't miss them or something or the other, right? Or that I'm not rude, right? But instead, what does the soul do? The soul just sees with Baba and sees Baba is also feeling these souls belong to me. I, the soul, also feel these souls belong to me. And I feel so fortunate to play my part on this world stage with my brothers. Now, this is Baba's thought that I wear. True? I'm not wearing the thoughts of the old mind of being polite and having a polite conversation. Now, from that, whatever words come, they come. Yeah. Now we are talking, and they said, "Oh, so what are you doing for New Year's?" So I could see the one who was with me, they felt a little uncomfortable because I, the being, do nothing for no year. No, every moment is new for me, right? I don't do anything except whatever I do all the time, every day, every moment. Right? And so then this one was like, I could see the discomfort of the one with me, but I was like with Baba, and I was like, every moment is new. So, and as far as doing is concerned, go back to bed, go to bed in time and wake up in time. Hmm? That is what, but it is coming from the place of really loving my brothers. I respect them. I respect their part. I belong to them. They belong to me. They are mine. Like they belong to my Baba. So whoever belongs to my Baba is also mine. From that love, you come into action. True? So this is what is being with Baba, and whilst living your parts, we are playing the role of a thinker. We are playing the role of a feeler, an experiencer, a doer. But I am not that role. My truth is not that. My truth is I'm a silent being combined with Baba, and then his thought I take and let that come into action, into words. Yeah?
I become a thinker.
Then I
Late
become
night,
a thinker.
late
Instead of
night, Taufik sister messaged me, Didi, come today. It's urgent. And I become a thinker since morning, and I apply the Baba's thought. What happened? The butterfly in my stomach. There are a lot of pain. What happened? Yeah, she does not message me like this. तो ऐसे ही मैंने पूछ लिया आपसे कि बाबा का थॉट मतलब लगाना है क्या, कैसे करना है, मतलब उसका सिंपल मैसेज आया. शी मैसेज मी, दीदी कम, इट्स टुडे पॉसिबल, और इट्स अर्जेंट. तो तभी से माइंड चल रहा है.
So these are the clothings that the mind is offering. Mind is offering you old clothing, right? That's okay. And no, nothing wrong with it. And it's also communicating with the body also and making butterflies in your stomach and whatnot, right? So it's creating a costume, a real living costume for you. You have a choice.
I become a thinker since 4 o'clock, ma'am. Didi.
So when I become the thinker, then I'm wearing that costume, right? So instead of wearing that costume, I surrender that costume to God, and I, with Baba, wear what Baba wants me to wear. What will Baba wear? What will Baba offer you? Souls are always imperishable. Each one's story is uniquely manifesting, right? The truth is the truth that is beyond their story that they are speaking or coming into action with, right? So I, the being, am seeing them from where Baba is seeing them. That is all. Then I'm wearing the costume of Baba's mind.
Ji.
Then that is my form of light. Right? So that's why Baba is saying that when you look on their head, you will only see a crown of light. From their eyes, Now it's not like physical light is pouring out of my eyes and physical light is pouring out of my head. No, it's not that.
I was thinking the the light is there. This is the Baba's.
No, 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 no. It just means that the lightness of the
Baba's
soul.
child.
Yeah, it's the lightness of the soul, which is free from any identity with any baggage of any story. That lightness will be experienced around you, right? There will be sense of peace and lightness around you because you are always combined with the Father and always seeing with Baba's eyes. Yeah? True?
Didi, I was much understood yesterday's class.
Say that
सब
again.
कुछ this is much understood the yesterday's evening class.
Yeah.
Yours
Yeah.
morning class and
Yeah.
our evening class. This is
Yeah.
very important. And I have to listen again.
Yeah. Yeah. Once we begin to really understand the knowledge of drama, surrender, acceptance becomes it is your natural nature. You begin to realize that you are bodiless. What you're wearing is the drama as your costume. Your inner drama is being worn as a costume, right? And more you begin to see the truth of what Baba is showing you, the moment you understand drama, you're bodiless, you're thoughtless, you're clothless, you're futureless, you're pastless, you're projectionless, you're interpretationless. Seriously, that is what it is. Hmm? So Baba is saying, when you look on their head, you will only see a crown of light. From their eyes, you will see rays of light emerging. So what does that mean? Rays of light emerging from their eyes means because when I'm like for now, instance, I'm talking to you, right? This is on Zoom, but let's say physically, if you're talking to somebody, it is either the leather body that is communicating with them, having some idea about what they are like, and then I'm speaking to them artificially, saying something else and thinking something else and doing something else. True? That is what we do. If not careful, if not alert, and if not awake. Yeah. So many times I've seen, at least in the past, before coming into Gyan, one would be driving the car. I don't know what I was thinking, but I would reach my destination. I don't know what I was thinking. I was somewhere else only, but because out of habit, I reached the destination. True? Completely absent-minded means I'm totally lost in the mind. Yeah? So actually, we are not living awake. Being light means I'm seeing you in this moment as you exist forever in eternity in this moment of now. That is like when Baba is saying that you will only see in front of you, how will the part of the form of might, the form of power be revealed? So can you see such a form in front of you of yourself? How will the part of the form of might, the form of power will be revealed? Because then more you're living in that form of light of you and seeing the form of light of the other, not wearing the gross costumes of your thoughts and your emotions and feelings, then automatically the others will also experience their form of peace and their form of light in your company. True? So Baba is saying, anyone who comes in front of you should become bodiless in 1 second. Now, that does not mean, oh, the soul will feel I'm bodiless. That's not what it means. What does it mean? Anyone who comes in front of you should become bodiless in 1 second.
My vision for them.
Sorry?
My vision for them कि मैं उन्हें कैसे देख रही हूँ, बॉडीलेस या फिर उनका वो पार्ट ऐसा.
What else? What else?
We are thoughtless. We
Zero
are
state.
totally clean, clear in our mind. Then in naked soul, then the others will also feel the same vibration will go there. We have
We
state in
have
our
to
mind.
see.
Others will also get that vibrations.
Okay. What else?
Storyless. What story comes behind them? We should see them the storyless.
Okay. What else? I see Geet has unmuted. Do you want to say something, Geet?
And Didi, when we are naked soul in zero state with Baba, then uh, Baba uses, and the vibration reaches the vibration of truth reaches the other soul. They will see in that light, they will see their own light or their own truth. So,
Yeah. And practically, they will just experience some sense of peace, some sense of calm around you. And it's not your calm and your peace that they are experiencing.
their own.
Yeah. They will just feel themselves to be somewhat, their own mind will become less chattering. Yeah. That is what will practically happen. They will also feel their silence with you. Doesn't mean they will stop talking. No. But somehow, somewhere, that vibration is in the air. And they begin to see, they're beginning to see and think more clearly around you.
They feel something different, right? They just feel the difference for sure. Not exactly what it is. They cannot maybe put it in words, but they feel the difference in vibration.
Yeah. So that will start to happen. Yeah. So that's why Baba is saying that is being bodiless in 1 minute, in less than a second. That will happen with the form of light. If you become a lighthouse, whilst walking and moving along, that body will not be visible to anyone. Now, that does not mean they will not see the body, but they will not see you as an egoistic person moving around. Yeah? But they will feel light and angelic. Body is there, but there's an angelic feel around it, right? Because they're not feeling judged by you. They're not feeling threatened by you. They're not feeling needing to prove something to you. Their own childlike quality will start to emerge. Yeah? True? They start to feel their own innocence. They start to open up to you. If you become a lighthouse whilst walking and moving along, that body will not be visible to anyone. If you wish to pass the paper at the time of destruction, then in order to face all the situations, you have to be a lighthouse. Then once we have this kind of awareness of who I am like that, as a being of light, and I'm experiencing and knowing me as just a form of light wearing a body, Baba is saying at the time of destruction, what will happen is if somebody comes and threatening your physical existence, they will not be able to, because they will see what you are knowing yourself as just a light. They too will just see the light at that time. Yeah. Like, you know, Mama and Brahma Baba. Somebody came to threaten their lives, physical body life. There was no fear of losing the body. Because there was no fear of losing the body, the soul was in the form of just being a light, very aware of I'm a light. And what can they do? Because the body can be harmed, but the soul cannot be harmed. That awareness is very clear. So that fear of death did not grip them. So what was visible was the form of light. And so they had to put their weapons down. They could not hurt them. Or hurt their body, rather. That is why Baba says it requires a long-term practice. Practice means to live as being of light for for some time. It requires investment of time for the timeless one. Yeah. And more we understand drama, more we understand what it's made up of, more we become free from it. And our form of light feels natural and normal. Especially the inner drama. So Baba is saying, if you become a lighthouse, if you wish to pass the paper at the time of destruction, then in order to face all the situations, you have to be a lighthouse. You should experience this form of yours whilst moving along. You now have to practice this. You should completely forget your body. So what is your inner Smriti? Even right now, as we are listening and talking? What is the Smriti? Being of light?
We are.
Sorry, say that.
We are the souls, being of light, kind of.
Yeah, from me, this part is manifesting, but I'm a being of light. I'm not the activity within me, but I am the being of light. Is that clear? We are speaking, we are talking, we are listening, we are moving. But is it clear I am the being of light and all of this is happening within me? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
अभी क्लास में तो याद रहता है, पर जब मूवमेंट में आते हैं, जब काम में आते हैं, तो ये बीइंग ऑफ लाइट भूल जाता है। ये इतनी अपनी आइडेंटिटी पक्की है कि मैं हूँ, तो there we forget. When we are in movement, we are communicating with others. So that time, this practice, there we are lacking.
It is just awakening. Baba is saying, whilst walking and moving along, right? Like even right now, you're speaking to this soul's part, right? Are you seeing that there's a soul within which this whole activity is happening of talking? Are you seeing you, the soul, within which there's an activity of happening that is listening and talking? There's a constant activity going on in the still being. Are you seeing it?
It just came out, but I didn't like मैंने सोच इसके बारे में बोल रही हूँ, सुन रही हूँ, but अभी इसके बारे में इतना strong एक belief जो है अभी भी पक्का नहीं हुआ.
Yeah, it's not a belief system, huh? We are not creating a new belief system. We are shattering the old belief systems by knowing our truth. Otherwise, it's another belief system mind will create. I'm a soul, I'm light, and all of that. We are not trying to create that. That is why, in your direct experience, can you see that? Can you know it?
Yeah, that is there. That this thing has come. I am a light. I'm a I'm the pure naked soul. This feeling when I keep on practicing, so I have this.
What does it
Then
mean to be a soul? Let's just ask there. What does it mean to be a soul? I am a soul.
I'm not this body. I'm not this thought. I'm
I'm
not this
not.
image.
I'm not
What
this image. What
what
else?
I what I am then? I'm a soul, a,
Mhm.
a being, a naked life in that consciousness.
Now, see, this is all mind speaking. Huh? As light, who am I? See, that's why we are saying, no, mind is very good at learning knowledge. It can learn knowledge like nobody's business. True?
But
We
how
all
will
have
I
such.
know? But how will I know that mind is speaking or this soul is speaking?
Yeah. Then it will not be difficult for me when I'm going into action to be who I am. Yeah. When I'm outside of the class, inside of the class, whether I'm talking to others, whether I'm listening to others, it doesn't matter. It's all different activities happening within me, the soul. Yeah. That is what. Then it would not matter what actions are being performed, who am I communicating with, because throughout the day I am spending time with Baba, who is only seeing me as a being who's beyond the inner drama, and drama is really the toughest costume we are wearing. Yeah, the drama of movement, sound, action, everything. Yeah. Yes, I'm not the image, I'm not the thought, but then who am I? What is Baba telling me? What is a soul? What is a soul? Who are you?
A naked soul, a pure light, thoughtless and imageless. But then this is also mind speaking.
How would I know? What else is the soul? We haven't really answered the question yet. Who's the soul? What is Baba
Bodiless,
saying?
bodiless being.
Okay, what else Baba tells us? Yes,
Point.
point. Okay. What else is the soul?
Thoughtless, changeless, timeless. But again, these are just the thought which
Well,
is
yes.
pointing towards my truth. I'm just a pure knowing. I cannot be anything.
Uh-huh.
Just being a knowing.
Mm-hmm.
ये बस एक नोइंग है कि अभी बॉडी और ये स्क्रिप्ट गई तो मैं क्या हूँ उसके बाद उस वहां से फिर बाबा मुझे दिखाते हैं कि ये एक पार्ट है और उसके बाद ये एक स्टोरी एंड फिर अनदर स्टोरी स्टार्ट अनदर ये जो जितनी भी फीलिंग है ये फीलिंग ये जो थॉट के साथ आ रही है ये कुछ भी मैं नहीं हूँ मेरे अंदर ये सब हैपन हो रहा है तो वहां से ये सब क्लियर दिखता है या पता चलता है बस पता चलना ही काफी है वो पता चलना ही मैं हूँ वो मेरा ट्रुथ है
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Close, getting close. What else Baba says? What is a soul? Almost every other day he's telling us. Hmm?
आई एम ट्रुथ
I'm truth. What else?
एवरीथिंग एल्स इज इल्यूजन
Everything
ऑब्जर्वर
illusion, zero, nothing. Life, living life force who's still always with zero state. Tiny point of light. Okay. A tiny point which has 84 parts. constantly revolving eternal drama within you. Do I understand that? 84 parts are constantly revolving inside of you, and they will eternally revolve inside of you. You can never stop them. Does that make sense? Eighty-four parts sanskaras constantly revolving inside of you. Good and bad constantly revolving inside of you.
That's why they pop up in our mind.
Yeah, that is why it's all in the mind, no? The whole thing. Somebody was telling me and asking me, so then thoughts are really ruling our life in this whole drama? Yes, except confluence age. Then you even have the option, which is also kind of fixed for each one, how much. Yeah? But that is the only time when you have the option to go beyond this entire inner, eternal movement that is constantly taking place inside of you, the being. And these movements are so subtle that only when you know your stillness can you really know the movement. Because you're so one with the movement, you don't realize you're still. Hmm? And that is why being with Baba is the only way to know your stillness. Because Baba really helps you experience your extremely subtle truth of being a form of living light, where there is zero movement in the truth of who you are. But inside of you, there's a mind which is constantly moving, changing, constantly. But more you're spending time with Baba as you're still being that you are, what is happening? Your mind is also,
Things.
yeah,
But
becoming still. Yeah, in Golden Age and Silver Age also, it's the recording of the mind only playing there.
तभी तो मुश्किल हो जाता है कई बार, मन बोल रहा है या आत्मा बोल रही है, बिकॉज माइंड कॉपी हो रहा है ना.
Ah.
तो बट वो बाबा की दृष्टि से और बाबा की फीलिंग से ही दिख सकता है कि माइंड है या सोल है.
You can't, there's no other way. That's why God is the only companion you can have at this time. And then with him, you interact with everyone. Then while in interaction, the outside movement, the inner movement, and you're still experiencing your stillness. Yeah. And with him, this is magical. This is possible with him.
Didi, this one can share something.
Mm-hmm.
लाइक मन इतना कॉपी हो गया है, कई बार ऐसा लगता है, बिकॉज जो ड्रीम्स हैं, ड्रीम्स में बिकॉज 2-3 डेज जब भी बॉडी चेंज के थ्रू जाती है, राइट, एंड वी आर नॉट फॉलोइंग द एवरीथिंग व्हाट वी डू मींस इन द पार्ट, राइट, अकॉर्डिंग टू श्रीमत. तो सपने में भी वो सब आता है, दादी जान की आती हैं, फिर सब उठते हैं तो फिर देखते हैं, एंड दादी जान, सपना ऐसे आता है दादी जान की लाइक you are a very special soul, you know, मतलब एक मोरलिज्म माइंड कह लो, स्पिरिचुअल माइंड ये बोल रहा है अंदर, बाबा के साथ दिखता है कि वो माइंड भी, स्पिरिचुअल माइंड बोल रहा है कि तुम बहुत स्पेशल सोल हो, है ना, और तुम ये सब नहीं कर सकती हो, राइट. फिर बाबा के साथ दिखता है कि मैं वो वैसे स्पेशल हूँ क्योंकि मेरा पार्ट बीके का पार्ट है इसलिए मैं स्पेशल हूँ, या फिर हम सब सोल स्पेशल और मैं बाबा के साथ ये देख पा रही हूँ या ये स्पेशल है. इतनी तरह से एक मोरलिज्म माइंड बोल रहा है, एक स्पिरिचुअल माइंड बोल रहा है, पता नहीं क्या क्या थॉट ये बाबा के साथ सब दिख रहे हैं कि कैसे ये सपने में भी अंदर सटल में ये बैठता जा रहा है कि ये क्या है, ये सारी गेम। मैं तो सबसे ही परे हूँ, चाहे कोई भी पार्ट चल रहा है, चाहे वो एडवांस पार्टी का पार्ट चल रहा है या ये पार्ट चल रहा है, सतयुग का पार्ट चल रहा है, मैं तो सबसे बियॉन्ड हूँ, बाबा के साथ सब दिख रहा है कि। और सबसे ज्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट अगर कह ही सकते हैं तो ये यही पार्ट है कि बाबा की कंपनी, बाबा के साथ का अपनी सच्चाई का मुजातमा अभी अनुभव में है। यही अगर पार्ट है तो सबसे प्यारा पार्ट तो यही है, उसके बाद तो सब पार्ट बाबा के बिना ही है। तो ये पता नहीं क्या क्या सारा दिन क्योंकि माइंड कॉपी हो गया है वो सारा, वो किसी डिफरेंट डिफरेंट वे से नॉलेज को अंदर ही अंदर चर्न करके उसके अंदर इतने सारे वेरिएशन क्रिएट करता रहता है, एक थॉट दूसरे से बोल रहा है क्योंकि और कुछ है ही नहीं माइंड के पास, कई बार ऐसा लग रहा है कहीं कहीं की नॉलेज एक थॉट दूसरे थॉट से अंदर अंदर बात करता रहता है, ऐसा चलता है।
But most important is just go beyond it all.
हाँ जी।
है ना? Just go beyond it all. वो अपना काम करता रहेगा जो करना है उसको, right? और वैसे भी जैसे एक ब्राह्मण आत्मा के थॉट्स में जनरली बाहर की दुनिया के थॉट्स थोड़े कम होते हैं, राइट?
दीदी वो भी आते हैं थ्रू आउट द डे, ये सारे स्टेजेस वी गो थ्रू, राइट? वी सी, एक्चुअली वी सी कि अभी ये चल रहा है, ये चल रहा है, पार्ट में आइडेंटिफाइड हो गए, वो भी दिखता है, बाद में दिखता है, पहले दिखता है, उस वक्त भी दिख रहा है, सब कुछ होता है। लेकिन ये जब ड्रीम्स में आता है ना, और वो याद रहता है कि ड्रीम्स में भी थॉट्स बात करते हैं, तो ये सब दिख
थॉट्स तो ड्रीम में भी बात करेंगे क्योंकि थॉट्स चुप नहीं, कम हो जाएंगे. Speed will become less, but they will still be there. And some dreams you will remember, some dreams you won't remember. It doesn't matter. The dream is still of the person dreaming, right?
यस यस।
And the soul really has to go beyond everything. Two dreams. ये भी dream है और dream के अंदर भी dream. Go beyond it all. Yeah. And then you realize the absolute stillness of the being that you are. Because all this fluctuation, all these ripples are created only by the thinking mind, nothing else. It's a constant flow of thinking that is going on in the mind, right? But as you become more and more in companionship of Baba, you will find that it starts to speak less. It will start to speak less. Yeah? And it is also beginning to enjoy the silent company of the Father. Because the more you enjoy your own silence, then mind will also start to enjoy the silent company of the Father. And it's becoming cleaner. The mirror of the mind is also getting cleaned up.
Doubts तो कम हुए हैं.
Yeah, and it will start to become cleaner and cleaner and cleaner. But we are not cleaning it. We are just being who we are. And in that, mind is getting cleaned up and purified. Yeah, if you try to clean it, you will become dirty yourself. Don't try to clean it. Be who you are, and the mind is becoming cleaner. So the trick is, not the trick, the fact is the more the soul enjoys his silence with Baba, things will automatically happen from there. Yeah. And silence does not mean my mind will stop chattering, and we're not even trying to stop it. We can't. It will continue to do its work of speaking, but you're not interested in it. So you are with Baba in your truth, in your silence, knowing that nothing is touching you. And yeah, you are so precious in that space. And yeah, every soul is so precious in that space. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Baba can only, make us feel precious, right? Nobody else can. So.
Exactly. Yes, somebody was saying something.
दीदी जैसे सुबह के मॉर्निंग टाइम में काम का बहुत रश होता है, कभी 1 मिनट किचन, 1 मिनट इधर, सब जवाब मांगते हैं, कहाँ रखा, कहाँ, यहाँ कहीं जाना है, फ्लाइट पकड़नी है, तो इतना इतना रश होता है ना जब, तो उस समय स्मृति नहीं रहती दीदी, उस समय हम उसी में खो जाते हैं कि जाना है, कैब बुलानी है, देर ना हो जाए, फ्लाइट ना मिस कर दें, है ना। तो उस समय दीदी
इम्पोर्टेंट क्या लग रहा है? फ्लाइट ना मिस हो। अगर हमने ड्रामा का ज्ञान समझ लिया है तो क्या होगा? क्या होगा? फ्लाइट मिस होनी होगी तो होगी ही होगी, और पकड़नी तो पकड़ेगी ही पकड़ेगी। वो तो होना ही है, कोई इसको चेंज नहीं कर सकता। तो माइंड जब ये थॉट क्रिएट करे ना, ओ माय गॉड दे विल मिस द फ्लाइट, you the soul will see it at a distance from you, knowing that it is the mind creating a projection based on a past habit, right? Whereas the soul will see it and soul will know everything is fixed. So will that thought be able to pull you into action, of rushing the action, or will you still perform the action but your patience and peace will come into action?
हाँ जी, हाँ जी।
है ना?
और जो साथ के घर के और लोग होते हैं वो इतना दिमाग खराब करते हैं कि क्या कर रहे हो आप, आपके इतना, है ना, कि आपको कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ रहा, टाइम कितना हो रहा है, वहां बोर्डिंग शुरू हो जाएगी, ये हो जाएगा, वो हो जाएगा, तो
That's
इतना
हाँ,
हम
तो
कहते हैं ठीक है भैया।
मैंने देखा है क्या होता है ना, ऐसे एक दो बार ऐसे हुआ है, तो एक दो बार जब ऐसे हुआ है तो अंदर से शांति से शब्द ही निकलते हैं, होनी होगी तो हो जाएगी, कैच होनी होगी तो कैच हो जाएगी, छूटनी होगी तो छूट जाएगी।
तो वो लोग कहते हैं बैठो फिर, हाँ बैठो हम जा रहे हैं।
दैट्स ओके, दैट्स ओके। तो वो एक पेशेंस और धैर्यता से, with patience and love, these kind of words naturally emerge, and then in that word there is so much peace and patience, the others also become calm.
दिस इज द टाइम ऑफ चेकिंग ना, कि वही रियल लग रहा है उस वक्त, किसी का जल्दी जल्दी बोलना इतना रियल लग रहा है।
And you get caught up in their energy of impatience.
हाँ जी, हाँ जी।
Instead of being influenced by their vibrations of impatience, you be in Baba's influence and know that everything is fixed. And in that, you're still performing the action, but with extreme clarity and love. And those are the vibrations in the air. That is our biggest, somebody says, what is most urgent? Nothing is more urgent than your stage. It's not important to catch the flight. It's important to be who you are whilst you're performing the actions to catch the flight. Okay?
हाँ जी।
This is being the form of light and might. You need might to not be influenced by other souls, energies, and vibrations of whatever their part may be. Yeah? So what this one does, if somebody rushes this part too much, this one just sits down for a minute. What's wrong with you? You're sitting. I need to be with me. I just need this minute. This one just sits for a minute. Okay, okay, we won't say anything. You do what you need to do. Okay. Because I cannot be rushed. I cannot function. My body doesn't function if it's rushed. Does that make sense? That energy of anxiety doesn't make this body function. So I do not want to take on their anxious vibrations. I want to be in Baba's influence. And then from there, flight miss ho gayi, I don't care. Most important is who am I? Flight Ashik miss nahi hui hai, but कहने का meaning है कि who am I is in my stage is more important than anything else. बच्चों की स्कूल बस मिस हो गई तो हो गई, कुछ नहीं है, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. My stage is most important.
हाँ जी।
Clear? Be the
दीदी अभी
हाँ जी.
नेक्स्ट एक बात पूछो, अभी इंग्लिश क्लास में भी आपने आज ही वो एक पॉइंट बताया था कि जब हम किसी से बात करते हैं तो अ, हमें इतना ज्यादा पोलाइट नहीं होना है, तो वो
No,
पॉइंट
no,
में
we
कुछ
did not say polite nahi hona hai. The politeness is not from artificial, superficial nature of a person. This is a genuine, authentic, soul conscious politeness which will come not to please them, but from the genuine place of what you really feel as a soul you're communicating. There's a very big difference in these two forms of politeness, right? The other soul who was with me, they spoke out of politeness and they said, no, 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 I will be doing this and I will be doing that. And it's not really that they're really doing, but they have to make it sound as though they're doing something. Does that make sense? And then this one is like, no, I mean, in every moment is new. And on top of it, and as far as doing is concerned, go to bed in time and wake up in time. It's the easiest way for me to celebrate. See, you're polite, you're not impolite, but it's a genuine politeness of the soul. It's not some Rini trying to be polite and pretending, no, I have so many things to do. I'm so busy. I'm also very, very popular and doing so many things. Now, I'm not so boring. You see, I'm also doing many things for New Year's. It's not that attitude. Yeah.
Yeah, good. Okay. Thank you.
Because people don't want to come across as being boring also. Oh, you're doing nothing. Inki to life hi nahi rahe. And that is another fear, how people will perceive your part, how other souls' parts will perceive your part. So you pretend as though you are doing something, as though in doing there is some kind of pride to be taken from. Do you see how ego works all the time? In seva also, what seva you do? I have no seva. Oh, no good. No good. I have so much seva, so much seva. And there comes the ego, the pride of doing. This comes in everything. You've got to wear Baba's company all the time. Yeah.
Sometimes this spiritual mind talks because Baba is not using you, right? Means you are not doing any seva. That means Baba doesn't want to use you, right? And then, then soul sees with Baba, Baba, this thought also surrenders to you, right? You you think you take this mind, whatever, whenever, even without any doing. Just Smriti is important. Soul knows, right? So yeah, so many these kind of thoughts also, throughout the day comes. You are not, you know, doing anything. Your Baba is not using you. That means I don't know. Means sometimes there is seva. That time also so much Maya comes, and when there is no doing seva, then also this kind of Maya comes a lot. Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. So that is why Baba is really making sure that the soul is guided only by his way of seeing things. Then only you can truly be the form of light. Otherwise, there's so much ingenuity, artificiality in a very subtle way present within ourselves, in our minds. We don't even realize we are succumbing to it. Yeah, that is why for this one, it's very important. Nobody can rush me. I cannot be rushed. Jo bolna hai, bolo, jo kehna hai, keh lo. I will only function from the state of peace. Just body also doesn't move now with rush and anxiety. It just doesn't move. It just up. Body is like immovable. It doesn't move. Hone do like.
Didi, Didi, sometimes koi kaam mein in any karm we can say seva when we are in right smriti, right? Doesn't matter where it's being played, right? So अगर वो काम जल्दी का है, हाथों को जल्दी चलाना है, but I the being, I the silence being coming into action fast, that smriti, we can do the
There are
karm
two
fast.
different ways the body moves.
Yeah.
One is the body is moving fast because of anxiety, worry, boredom, needing to move to the next moment. That is the way the body is moving majority of the time for most. One is to make the body move fast, but I'm with Baba and I can still move the body very fast, but there's no energy of anxiety, worry, fear, boredom, getting to the next moment in it. But that action needs to be performed fast, so you will perform that action fast, but there's no rush in it. You know, there's a two different energies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But when you come from the silent space, the work will be, very smooth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no rush, there's no vibration of anxiety, worry, and fear in it.
Mhm.
And yet the action can be fast if it's needed. Like sometimes some actions need to be performed fast. So you're performing fast. Like I remember at one time, I was in the dentist office with the daughter, and I realized I've left the cooker on with the potatoes in it on the gas. And it's already been 45 minutes. And I need to really go home and turn it off. Otherwise, I'll find the house is burned down, which is also fine. But then what happened was I was like, okay, first 30 seconds, 10 seconds, okay, relax. 45 minutes, mind is saying 45 minutes it's been on, and it will take you 20 minutes to get back there. Start calculating. House must have been burned down, this and that. Yeah. And I was like, 10 seconds. I told her, you wait with the dentist here, and I will go home. I've left something on the gas. I will turn it off and come back. Now, I did need to drive fast, but I was really feeling like James Bond driving the car. You know? And internally, there was a feeling of fun. There was a feeling of I am playing my part. And if the house is burnt down, that's what it's supposed to be in the drama. And that's what it is supposed going to be. Then the mind says, everybody will.
Speed limit is fixed, Didi. See, drama is fixed, but mind is, constantly giving different
Mind is
new
giving
thoughts.
its own different thoughts. And here I and Baba, I'm like, I'm driving fast, but there's zero anxiety in it. There's an element of fun of just driving fast. And yes, I'm driving fast. I'm trying to get to the destination. I may find the house burnt, and that's also okay.
निश्चिंतता बहुत ज्यादा है ना इसमें knowledge में. There are also experiences.
Yeah. So it was like, and I went there, and it's been 1 hour, 10 minutes on the cooker, in the cooker, on the gas for the potatoes. I could still eat those potatoes. They were not burned. That is what I'm saying is like, it's just, there was fast movement in that. And then the mind is saying, you're so careless. Everybody will say, you're so careless. It having its own commentary. And here I'm just totally ignoring that commentary because I have no interest in what mind is saying. Because what has to happen will happen. I, the soul on the other side, I'm knowing what has to happen will happen. Nothing wrong has happened. Everything is perfect. And I know it. I just know it. And then from that space, I'm driving fast, and I'm really so happy driving fast. I'm literally, I'm not joking. I'm saying, I'm like,
Anxiety नहीं आती दीदी ये तो.
James Bond is driving. I've been having this experience in life.
Here mind is saying maybe you put more than enough water, so that's why.
But it's just so funny, you know.
Yes.
But it's literally like that, but it's a lot of fun. Living life with God is fun. There is zero anxiety, zero worry, zero fear or anything like that in your actions, right?
Yeah.
That's
Here,
what.
here when other parts like in-laws part was here, right? When used to go to park with the kids, and this one's part is just to watch over them that they don't bump the scooter into the lake or something like that. And this one was so nischint and always listening Murli most of the time. So motherly the soul behind mother-in-law part गीता आपको बिल्कुल नहीं परवाह होती, आप बिल्कुल नहीं देखते, कुछ तो देखो वो उसके अंदर ही गिरा है। मैंने कहा कुछ नहीं होने वाला, इतना उनको भी पता है, एंड जो होना है वो फिक्स है। मैं ऐसे ही चिंता करती रहूं, और मुरली सुनते सुनते भी मैं अगर एंग्जाइटी में ही रहूं तो फायदा क्या है, राइट?
So good.
तो शी इज लाइक कि पता नहीं मैं नहीं ऐसे कर सकती। आई एम लाइक कि इतना तो जितना हमें अपने सोल को ट्रुथ में है निश्चय, उतना मुझे ड्रामा पे निश्चय, जो होना है होना है, राइट? हम देख रहे हैं बट ऐसे उस चिंता में नहीं देख रहे हैं, यू नो, वी आर प्लेइंग द पार्ट but not, you know, immersing in the part and playing the part. So yeah,
Yes,
it's such a beautiful way of
living.
playing. And
Exactly. Having this Nishchay and drama frees you completely. Completely. You know? And that's the best part. You are not here to मतलब वो ड्रामा के थॉट्स ऑलमोस्ट कम ही हो जाते हैं
काफी कम हो जाते हैं।
है ना and nothing can make you worry about things. You can see the worry and anxiety also of the mind so separate from you, and that is not motivating your action, not motivating your actions.